What's up guys, it is Chris back with another watch unboxing, and today we are looking at Szanto again. This is a brand that have sent me a few watches to review. This one I actually get to keep. And there have been a number of watches that have actually featured on the channel from them. And this one is a new watch that they've come out with pretty recently, I believe. It's the Szanto Officer Classic Round. So this is like the 6300 series. Same packaging, as you can see, Szanto, time, vintage style, time rediscovered. And then, of course, it's the same inside. You have that little bit of canvas as a drawer. You have warranty information and operation usage there. And here's the watch. So this is actually very similar to a watch that I've already featured on the channel a little while ago, and that was their Officer Coin bezel version, and that's the one I have right here. And this is in the black version. This is like an olive sand color for the dial. It has that same guilloche pattern, as you could see, as the other Officer watch that I had on the channel. It has wire lugs, very similar. However, this has a round case, so it's a little bit different. And then, of course, it's a 43 millimeter. So I think the other watch was about 43 and a half or 44 millimeters. So it's a tiny bit smaller. Same movement. You get that 8 series Miyota movement in the back that you can see. It is decorated. K1 mineral crystal. Like I said, you have these wire lugs, so it does wear smaller than the 43 millimeters. All of Szanto's watches have very nice straps on them, and this is obviously no exception. It's a beautiful calf leather strap. One of the things I really love about these watches is the clasp. They have a solid clasp on it, obviously, but it's completely polished. It looks really good. Obviously, the whole watch is polished except for the crown, which has some knurling on it that is not. It's an onion crown. But it just goes along with the entire watch. These watches have a vintage feel to them, and they actually put some really nice details on it. It's signed, and it just looks good. Now on here, you just have a small second. That small second is between the 4 and the 5 o'clock position. Very traditional Art Deco style indices. These are loomed. So Szanto have proven to do very good loom on their watches. The hands are loomed and those indices are loomed. So we will do a loom shot at the end. And of course, you have those blued hands. I believe those are chemically blued. I do not believe those are heat blued. And then we have a date here at 3 o'clock. That is not color matched, so it does stand out pretty well against the dial. Some people hate that. Some people love that. That is really up to the person who is purchasing. But in general, a very nicely proportioned watch. 43 millimeters sounds large, but this actually wears a lot smaller, as I mentioned. Because you do have these wire lugs, it's not huge. You do get a K1 mineral crystal. Again, that's similar to a Hardlex. People go nuts about these, whether they hate them or love them. I am on the fence about them. I have scratched a K1 mineral crystal. However, it is not easy to scratch a K1 mineral crystal. It's a lot easier to scratch a K1 mineral crystal than a sapphire crystal. So that is always something to keep in mind. 100 meters water resistance, and in general, just a really pleasing vintage aesthetic. A very big theme with the brand in general. Szanto, a lot of their watches are vintage inspired. They have this vintage theme. They all have you know, some sort of texturing on the dial or a very interesting font. The cases are very vintage inspired, so obviously yet another one from them that has all of those details. This does get super luminova, so I will be doing a loom shot as I mentioned. Before I do, let me show you the watch that I have on my wrist. Today I am wearing a Szanto. This one is loaned into the channel. This is the Szanto Big Pilot. And this was actually lent a while ago. I'm actually going to be sending these back today. So I have a few watches here that I'm going to be sending back. And this was this is a large watch. I believe it's 46 millimeters. Same movement, K1 mineral crystal. But you can see they do pay attention. They put a really cool buckle on here, beautiful leather strap. Just a lot of vintage inspiration in their collection. And then they have a very quirky model. This is the Roland Sands, a very quirky. This is a quartz model, sort of a bronze colored case. I believe it's stainless steel coated, which I'm usually not a huge fan of. But this is not a very expensive watch. These are all not expensive watches because they give discounts on a regular basis. I believe that the officer's watch that we're looking at today costs around $350, but they offer tons of discounts on them. So right now I believe they're offering 20% off, so you can get it for, it's either $350 or $375, and then you get 20% off, and that's till November 30th. So like I said, these are pretty affordable when you consider that these are in the upper $200 range. Really not that bad. But anyway, let me throw it on my wrist so you guys can see what the watch looks like. So there it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is like a sand greenish, brownish color dial. Very interesting color. This is on a beautiful brown strap, very nice leather, really nice buckle. These watches look a lot more expensive than they are. They save money by not putting a sapphire crystal on here, but if they upgraded it to a sapphire crystal, this would be even more attractive, even though I think it's already an attractive watch. I also have another colorway here. They sent over a cream dial version. I'll show you that one as well since I have it here. And that is a cream dial with the same guilloche pattern and of course the same movement. Essentially the same watch, except with a really nice cream colored dial and very nice loom on there. It's like a greenish loom. Black strap, cab strap, and I'll throw this on my wrist as well. This one does have to go back. I do not get to keep this one. And there you go. I actually like the white dial, the cream colored dial a lot. It's like a champagne creamish color. It's just a good looking watch. I like the offset second hand. I could have did without the date on this watch. It hand winds. It does not hack, obviously, because it is an 8 series Miyota movement, Japanese made Miyota movement, which again, very reliable and not bad looking movements when you look at them from the back. You know, they have this Szanto that is signed on the actual mineral glass here, but besides that, the movement itself, they're better looking than your typical Seiko NH35. The only thing you're missing is hacking. So anyway, I'm going to do a loom shot, and actually I'm just going to do a group loom shot. I don't think this Roland Sen has any loom on it, but I'll throw it in here. Very cool watch too. It has that buckle. Again, you could see that they did a little something different for every buckle. They could have went with the same buckle and just PVD coated it, but they didn't. They put a little bit something different. I think that's kind of cool. So I'll do a group loom shot here, and then I'll pull out the watches that aren't the ones that we're actually reviewing, so you could see how that loom actually performs. Well, there you have it. You can see the loom is actually liberally applied to both of the watches I have in here for review. All of their watches have very good loom, as I could show you here. The coin bezel officer's pilot watch that has a really good loom, and then the pilot's watch, excuse me, this has very good loom as well. They're all liberally applied with BGW9. But tell me what you guys think. I know there's definitely room for improvement with every watch. I definitely think that this could benefit from having a sapphire crystal rather than a K1 mineral crystal. K1 mineral crystals do scratch. However, a lot of people, like I say, swear by them. I'm on the fence. As I mentioned, I would go with the sapphire. The 8S movement is a good movement. I would prefer a 9000 series movement, but again, that would increase the price greatly on these watches, and I think these are pretty well priced at what they are. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. As always, please tell me what you think of these watches, of the watches that I previously reviewed from this brand. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.